Hey guys, it's Xander here, and we're back looking at brews in Standard. This is a Gruul Aggro deck that I put together for you guys. I'm just going to touch over the main board here, talk about the sideboard and interactions between, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. To start off the lineup, we're running a 4 of Steel Leaf Champion, which is for 3 green, a 5/4 Elf Knight. Steel Leaf Champion can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. This is surprisingly relevant in Standard. Being able to play this as soon as turn 2 and swinging in on turn 3 means more often than not this is getting through for big early damage. A 4 of Gruul Spellbreaker, which is again for 3, but this one's for 1, a red and a green. It's a 3/3 Ogre Warrior with Riot. So this creature enters the battlefield with your choice of a +1 counter or haste. So it's either a 4/4 with Trample, or it's a 3/3 with haste and Trample. But it's also got, as long as it's your turn, you and Gruul Spellbreaker have Hexproof, which means that Settle the Wreckage doesn't phase this deck when we have this guy out. It's just awesome. Another solid Riot card that we've got in this deck is Zertar Goblin, which is for red and a green. It's a 2/2 Goblin Berserker with Riot. Again, just a really good aggro piece. This coming in turn 2 as a 3/3 for 2 or 3/3. Crazy stats. It's just really good. A little bit of ramp in the form of Llanowar Elves, which is for 1 green, a 1/1 with tap, add 1 green. A 4 of Pelt Collector, which is for 1 green, a 1/1 Elf Warrior, with whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if its power was greater than Pelt Collector, you put a +1 counter on it. And as long as it has 3 or more +1 counters on it, it has Trample. So if we're playing on curve, this thing can tick up just about every turn with all of the Riot creatures as well as the Steel Leaf Champions. So there's more often than not, this is going to be a 4/4 with Trample for 1. Insanely good stats. We're running a 4 of Rekindling Phoenix, which is for 4, 2 and 2 red. It's a 4/3 Flying Phoenix with, when Rekindling Phoenix dies, you create a 0/1 red elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature and return a card named Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. This card is insanely good. Anyone running mono red wants to be running it. It's a bit of evasion in the deck that we fairly sorely need. Heaps of recursion, unless they're going to exile it, and it's just a great card. Some explore in the deck in the form of Merfolk Branchwalker, which is for 2, 1 and a green, a 2/1 Merfolk Scout, with when it enters the battlefield, it explores. Being able to filter off the top or potentially draw a land is awesome. Running a 3 of Domri Chaos Bringer in the deck, which is for Planeswalker for 4, 2 a red and a green. It's a 5 loyalty Planeswalker, with its +1 ability being add red or green. If that mana was spent on a creature, it gains Riot. Its neg 3 ability is look at the top 4 cards of your library. If you reveal 2 creature cards among them, put them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. And its neg 8 ability is you get an emblem with, at the beginning of each end step, create a 4/4 red-green beast creature token with Trample. Now, the +1 ability is insanely relevant, because now Rekindling Phoenix can come in as a... So we can ramp Domri out, and then ramp Rekindling Phoenix out, and give it haste. Or make it a 5/4 instead of a 4/3. Then it's just insane. Awesome card. Can't wait to play a whole lot more of this. A 3 of Lightning Strike, which is for 2, 1 and a red. At instant speed, you deal 3 damage to any target. And a 4 of Shock, which is for 1 red. At instant speed, you deal 2 damage to any target. Touching over the land base, we're running a 4 of Rootbound Crag, which comes in tapped unless you control a mountain or forest, tapped for red or green. A 4 of Stomping Ground, which comes in tapped unless you pay 2 life. And to finish off the land base, we're running a 7 of Forest and a 7 of Mountain. Just touching over the sideboard here. Fiery Cannonade in a 3 of for 2 and 1 red. At instant speed, you deal 2 damage to each non-pirate creature. More often than not, our creatures have toughness 3 or greater, so this doesn't really affect us too much. Experimental Frenzies in a 3 of, which is for 4, 3 and a red. It's an enchantment that sits on the battlefield, and you can look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play spells from your hand, and for 4, so 3 and a red, destroy Experimental Frenzy. Allows us to just keep playing cards off the top of our deck. It's not optimized in this build, but it's still got a lot of potential. Lava Coil in a 3 of, which is for 2, 1 and a red. At sorcery speed, you deal 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. That's for stuff like Rekindling Phoenix, or if you can shock something and then coil, you can get rid of your 5 or 6 toughness guys. Just a great card. For the control matchups, we're running a 2 of Rhythm of the Wild, which is for 3, 1, a red and a green. It's an enchantment that says on the battlefield, and then it makes creature spells you control can't be countered, and non-token creatures you control have Riot. So all of our stuff having Riot without having Domri out, insanely good. It gives all of our stuff that's already got Riot double Riot. So then we have, when it comes in, We can give it 2+1 counters, or we can give it a +1 counter and give it haste, or double haste, but that doesn't do anything. Can't wait to play a card, it's going to be great. A 2 of Banefire, which is for X and 1 red. At sorcery speed, you deal X damage to any target, and if X is 5 or more, this spell can't be countered and the damage can't be prevented. And then we're running a 2 of Vivian Reed, which is for 5, 3, and 2 green. It's a 5 loyalty planeswalker. Its +1 ability is look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And its -3 ability is destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. And its -8 ability is you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2, have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Insanely cool. Its -3 is a bit of added removal in this deck that we sometimes going to need. You could bump this up to more than 2 of, probably cut an experimental frenzy and put a 3rd one in, because occasionally it is going to be really relevant. And that is Gruul Aggro in Standard. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to see new videos as they were released. If you like what I do and you want to support the channel, you can throw me $1 on my Patreon at patreon.com/SandersQuest. And I will see you guys in the next video. Keep questing, guys.